Assalamu alaikum. My name is Farzana and I'm from Hyson Community Action, which is a local CIC based in Nottingham.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm from also Hyson Green Community Action, and my name's Zaynab.
So I'll start from the beginning of how we started and how we came about. So we are both sisters, and we saw a need in the area for someone to deal with fly tipping. So this is something that started off on the day that I took one of my family members to the hospital, and as I was walking home I noticed there was a lot of rubbish and a lot of fly tipping. And towards the end, when I got nearer to my house, there was a bag full emptied out onto the pathway of raw meat and everything. And because my family member was unwell, I had the choice of either going all the way back and going past the rubbish again, or carrying on another couple of minutes and getting home. So I decided to go ahead and just carry on and get home quickly. And that's when I walked into the house and I saw Zaynab sitting there, and I was frustrated. I was extremely frustrated because there's raw meat, there's flies, it was a hot day, and it could have caused my family member more issues. So I went in and I said to Zaynab, we need to do something about this. What can we do? And Zaynab studied law, and she was like, oh look, we can start a petition. So I was like, okay, then let's start this petition and see what happens. And we started off a petition. From the petition, we ended up building a WhatsApp group. And from there, we both sat down and thought, hang on a minute, this is getting quite big. What about GDPR rules? Yeah. And when we looked into GDPR rules, as we went down a rabbit hole in a way, we learned about CICs, and myself and Zaynab have volunteered with SSBC, Small Steps, Big Changes, in the past. So we weren't new to a CIC, but we've never run a CIC or been part of running it. So that's how we've started up Hyson. And then we thought about a name, what do we do? And we started Hyson Community Action.
So I think the reason why I said a petition is because, like mentioned, I'm a recent law graduate. I've done my LLB in law, and I kind of realised the power of community voice, because a lot of the residents were mentioning how they have raised concerns, but they don't see any impact that has happened. So from learning law, I've realised that if we come together as a community, then we can make a more positive impact on the environment. And when I was speaking to residents, there was a lot of blame shifting happening, and everyone was frustrated by the fly tipping that was happening, but it was also causing a lot of health issues. So then I started to raise those concerns on Facebook, in turning them into stories, and raising awareness. And that's how the community has come together, and that's how the WhatsApp group came together.
So December 2024, that's when we registered as a CIC.
It was actually, it wasn't 2025, because it's coming up to a year now. So we've not been
2024.
So it's been basically just under a year. Yeah. So the projects we try to, one of them is we try to raise awareness. We try to work alongside other community groups, like other CICs, because like my sister has mentioned, that we have learned how collaboration can make a positive impact, and that we've learned from volunteering with Small Steps, Big Changes. So that's something that we're trying to impact, and collaboration is by working with communities, shops, and the way that we're trying to work with shops is we've got an OPAL scheme at the moment that we're trying to put in place, and that's basically getting resources from shops that would probably go towards waste and recycling them into schools where children can use them for crafts and play and learning.
Berridge Road West Curve, we've together with the Knots Garden Project, we've created a garden space that was a high traffic area for fly tipping. It was horrendous. It was like somebody was emptying out their house every week and just dumping it there. So that was one of our kind of first priorities to get to the bottom of it. And now, alhamdulillah, within less than, I think, 6 months or so, it's now become a garden where people will come, and we've planted vegetables there and things.
So we've worked with the local schools and residents.
Yeah, we've had workshops there.
Yeah, so the bulletin boards you'll see in the community garden where it has all the children's paintings and drawings. We did workshops with the schools where we kind of help children realise that your environment plays an important role. You should look after it. If you see anything that's fly tipping, get your parents to report it. So it's about educating the next generation as how important it is to look after your environment. But the community garden isn't just for the school children, it's for the community. So you can go, the residents as well. So you can go there, you can plant things, you can take things from the garden. I think when we were in the community garden, we saw this one woman, she actually came up and she took some...
Yeah, she took spinach to make pakore.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. She's like, is this palak? And we go, yeah, that's palak. She goes, can I take some? So she took it and she goes, I'm going to make pakore at home. So it was really nice to see that. But it was really nice to see everything come together in the end, and especially when the children came. And also the children from Zaytuna Nursery, they're using it also. So we've been in collaboration with them guys as well. And, we appreciate all the support we get.
Yeah, I don't think we could do it without the residents and their support and the services that support us in kind of raising awareness and implementing the things that we have implemented. So the kind of governance is something that we're working on at the moment. We've recently got our new director, who is part of the Clean Champions as well. Once we've got our governance in place and we've got the directors, that's allowed us to now apply for grants and funding. So we're still in the process of applying for those grants and funding, and hopefully once we've got those in place, then we can start to implement more things within the area.
That's what we're here for today, that we need some volunteers to kind of come on board.
So our volunteers they'll be our ward champions, and their role will be to just go around the area reporting where they see fly tipping or overflow bins. It's about reporting it to the Clear Waste app. So it's a neutral platform where that then report goes to the Nottingham City Council.
All right.
And you can follow the progress of the report, so you can see if the what you've reported has been cleared, so you can keep on track and get back to them if it hasn't been cleared. I think there's many reasons. Sometimes it can be people from outside of the area. Sometimes there's the cowboy bulk waste disposal team that come around dropping leaflets and saying that we will dispose of your bulk waste. But
there's a number of reasons, I think, because we try not to
blame shift.
We try not to blame shift or pin the blame on anyone. So it might be that people don't know how to get rid of their waste in an appropriate way, and those people sometimes might think that that's the most convenient way. But it's about kind of, because a lot of people see it as an eyesore, but like I said, it's not just an eyesore, it's a health risk. And I think the more that we raise the awareness of just how important it is, the more that people will be more wary about how they get rid of their waste in a sensible way.
Yeah, and also finding out if these bulk waste disposal teams are actually registered. I think, like Zaynab said, sometimes people have no other way of disposing of things. Maybe they're not aware of recycle centres, local recycle centres. Also, a lot of places like Asda, Tesco's, they have bins that you can dispose of. I think recently I had a look, and they had the glass bins and glass bottles and things. I don't think they had cardboard, but you can always go down there and have a look. If you can't get to the local recycling centre, there's always local like stores that have recycle bins, also areas where you can recycle things.
We probably have some information like the local John Carroll's. They have where you can dispose of electric appliances. They have bins there. So there are Chinogly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have the bins there. Sorry, correction.
Chinogly, what is it?
And then you have the clothes.
Chinogly Leisure Centre.
Yeah. And then you have also the clothes bins. I think there's one behind Sharif and Sons. They have a clothes bin where you can donate your clothes. So yeah, there are other ways that I think, in a sensible way you can dispose of certain household items. But yeah, I think it's just also taking a bit of responsibility and doing a bit of research of, if you are using also someone that, are they registered? Okay, if you're unable to get someone that's registered, okay, is there a local recycling centre? Or if you're on any kind of benefits, you can sometimes get a yearly collection from the Nottingham City Council for free. So that's something that someone can look into as well.
All right. What other questions I can ask?
You can ask us anything regarding our future kind of plans of how big we want this to go, where we want this to go. So our main focus is on the community and the well-being of our community, being proud of the area. Because, if we look back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, our mothers used to come out and, look after the streets. The neighbours used to look after the area and it was clean. There was no blame on, we pay the council, why isn't the council doing this? So there's a lot of, I think the mindset around these things needs to change. The belief system of why should I clean up? Because you're the ones that's going out and seeing this, it's you give your council tax and things like that, but there's only so much that can happen.
And I think it's part of your kind of being as well, to keep the area that you're living in clean. You will get rewarded as well to look after your environment.
Yeah. So you think it's an easy task to change the mindsets?
It's going to take time, but I think one at a time we can achieve something. Even if it's not all, completely cleared and it's reduced, we know we've done something good, and that will only get better as time goes on and as the younger generation sees the older generation as a role model of how they are living and what's important, really. Because a clean environment means a clean mind.
Plus, I think a lot of the young generation are now growing up in this area, and I don't think it's a very good image for them. We need to take care of the area to show our youngsters that they are living in a very nice area. They are worth,
they can make their place what they want it to be.
So and that kind of boosts the child's confidence as well.
I think if we work together and kind of get the word out there and kind of help people to understand the importance of, getting rid of your rubbish the way they should be, rather than just putting it out on the streets and expecting the bin wagon to take it. So it'll just be a matter of, and also understanding community voice. If people can ring in and let us know what's happening in their area, because we do concentrate on Hyson Green as a whole, but we're also we want our frameworks to be used in other areas around Nottingham, so Nottinghamshire as a whole. So we're not just going to concentrate on Hyson Green. Once we've set up a framework here that works, we're going to share that with other areas within Nottingham, and inshallah try and get things moving and make changes. You'd be surprised, but a lot of the shops are getting rid of their waste in the correct manner. What's happening is people from other areas or somewhere else are coming and putting their rubbish next to the business bins. So we've talked to local shops, local businesses, and we know that they are disposing of their waste like they should. And the problem is either the residents, sometimes they think it's okay to put one or two rubbish bags there. Either they don't know the process. We're not blaming anyone. Sometimes it's just a genuine mistake. So yeah,
I think it's kind of like not figuring out who is doing the fly tipping, more so how can we solve the issues. And I think that starts with stopping the blame shifting and communicating with the local residents, communicating with the shops, all coming together to come up with the solution. If there is any difficulties in getting rid of waste, what is it? How can we overcome that as a community? I think it will be great if they can also join our join the Clean Champions. We have joined the Clean Champions. I think there's nothing to be embarrassed with, you know, picking up litter within your area. It's your area. You can help by joining the Clean Champions. You can help by volunteering with those. Even generally just reporting the waste. I think the more you report it, the more people, you know, the more attention it gets, the more it's like, okay, we need to address this issue. If you're just going to assume that someone else has reported it and you don't need to, how are we going to know where the issue is? How are we going to know how to address it?
And also volunteer with us. So yeah, that's
they can go over to our website, the HysonGreenCommunity.com, and they can fill in our volunteering form. So yeah, I think the more volunteers we get as well, the more we grow our group, the bigger that we can get, the more funding as well that we can apply for, that we can reinvest into the community. I think at the moment it's just kind of like a little bit of a working process, because we're kind of like working with schools, we're working with the local ward officer as well to see where the issues are. And at the moment, I think our biggest one at the moment is the community garden and the OPAL scheme that we're trying to implement at the moment.
There is a event coming up, but that's organised by Notts Community Garden. That will be sometime next year during February time, so we can always update on that.
And just please use the community garden as well on Lambert Street. The more you use it, the more you look after it, the more the area will start to look nice as well.
The more spinach we have, we can make pakoras.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and we wish you all the best for your projects, inshallah.
Thank you. And thank you for inviting us.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.